Assalamu alaikum. Whenever I speak to many new beginners of Arabic, he has this perfect journey carved out in his mind. Like now I'm doing Madina books, so maybe I'm taking 1 hour per session. So there are 100 videos, so I'll finish it in 100 days. And then I'll do Al Arabiyatu Bayna Yadayk or Ajmiya or Alfiya and so on. He creates this perfect journey in his mind. Then I'll become a master of Arabic language within just a few months, knowing thousands of rules and vocab. But does this perfect journey of his really work out? I mean, do all of us who have studied these books, did we have perfect journeys? This is what we are going to speak about, inshallah ta'ala.
طالب العلم قم لا تنم فإن الزمان انقضى وانصرم.
Once upon a time, a man lived in a village. He was a very lazy person. He did not want to do any work, and that's why he was poor. This lazy man lived in a small hut and used to beg for his living. One day, there was a marriage in the house of that village, and the man got a big pot filled with curd. He took some curd from that village and then he ate some of it. He was very happy and kept the remaining curd safely on the stool near his bed and laid down on the bed. He looked at the pot of curd and thought, in the morning, I'll make butter from the milk, and from the butter, I'll make ghee, and then I will sell the ghee in the market at a good price, and then I will buy hens with by that money. The hens will lay eggs, and I will sell the egg. Then, after being rich, I'll become rich by selling eggs, and then I'll buy sheep. And the sheep will have lambs, and sell those lambs. And then I'll marry a beautiful girl after becoming so wealthy, and I'll have beautiful children. I'll be a very strict father with the children. And if the kids do not obey me, I'll start hitting them. The man in the real life started hitting his hands, and then suddenly he knocked the pot of curd and it fell down. The lazy man's dream also broke. So, what is the moral of the story? Don't make castles in the air. I mean, you might have heard this story before, but this is what happens many times with Arabic students. They make detailed plans and so on, but life is not like that. We assume a straightforward growth curve, like everything will happen smoothly, and I'll always have the motivation like I have now, and there'll be no hurdles at all. But actually, it is more of an up and down curve, and the growth is over the long term. So whose problem is it? Is it the problem of the teacher? Is it the problem of the course? It could be, but many times the problem lies with the expectations of the student. He doesn't realize that there are hurdles, there are pitfalls in the way of learning Arabic or learning any language or learning anything new for that matter. So, what are the pitfalls which one could face? He could lose motivation. He could find his teacher not interesting enough. I mean, he might not like the book which he's doing. So, there's so many problems which one could face. Like, I remember when I started learning Arabic, the basic reason why I started learning Arabic because was I was not understanding Taraweeh Salah from what I remember. And I wanted to understand the Quran and make my Taraweeh Salah easier. I mean, one of the biggest motivation was that. And then I didn't have any idea of how to study. So I found Understand Quran Academy and I found those books and I studied those books, although I hardly understood anything in it. And I tried to finish those courses. And then I realized there's called Medina books and I started watching the videos, 96 videos of Brother Asif Mehrali. Even then, I was not able to understand much because it takes time for you to understand new stuff. So I watched maybe Madina book one almost twice, maybe. And then I skipped and then I stopped for many months. I quit and then I came back to it again. And then I found out about doing a degree in Bachelor's of Arts in Islamic Studies. So I started my degree and it was slow and steady. I thought I'd never understand Arabic. I found it so difficult. I mean, I found it difficult. But because of the slow progress, Alhamdulillah, they taught Medina book one for a year and two also for a year, I think, and then book three for a year. So during the first 4 years and giving tests again and again and again, slowly things started. I started understanding them during the degree program, and that helped me a lot with the structure and standard. But it is full of hurdles and pitfalls. Now, I might have quit for many months in between, not during the degree, but before the degree. Because I did a background work before I started the degree, it helped me in the degree itself. And then I watched the videos of Brother Asif along with the IOU videos, Islamic Online University videos. So you might wake up one day and decide that you're going to start study Arabic. You're highly motivated and you have finally decided that I want to understand the Quran. But you don't know how to learn Arabic. You've seen various videos on YouTube. There are hundreds of channels teaching Arabic. And some of them, they tell you like, oh, learn Arabic in 30 minutes, right? Or 30 days or 60 days or 3 months. And you try to dabble in that, right? You try to watch those videos and try to understand Arabic and realize this is not the correct way. You find another method. You find another method after that. And finally, you like one person's recordings, his videos, and you start watching them. So you have to start to know what works for you and what doesn't, because there's no one way to learn Arabic language. What I'm suggesting is, do not have high expectations in the beginning itself. Oh, I'll finish these books in 1 month, and keep asking, which book should I do after Medina books or Arabia Benedict, or what should I do after that? Because the plan you make will not work out, because you might get stuck in Medina books for years, 2 years or 3 years. Right? I'm not trying to demotivate anyone. Everybody has their own timeline. It's not like, oh, there are 100 videos and I'm going to watch all of them, one video a day, and understand. You might get stuck somewhere. You might feel demotivated. You might not like what you're doing. Right? You might want to take a break. Yes, there's no issue in taking a break. Right? You might feel the journey is never ending. It's just going on and on and on. So what do you do? Right? It's fine to take a break. It's fine to stop, to contemplate. Right? Take your own time to learn. There is nothing like a perfect journey of Arabic language, and there's no shortcut to learning Arabic. But be happy that everybody has their unique journey, and no one can steal that from you.